Hey VC, this is Carlos from As the Table Turns. If you have not seen my previous video that I just released, then please go back and watch that. Otherwise, this one won't make much sense. I mean, there's still going to be some points that I make in here that you may glean some insight from, but I would go back and get context. So go back and watch the previous video. But I wanted to make another video about this, and I'm not going to make this a series or anything like that, guys. Anyway, I just want to add on a little bit of things that I forgot to say. Also, things that came up when people asked questions and made comments in the previous video that got me thinking about my buying habits, right, with vinyl. So yeah, I'm just gonna make this last video and that'll be the end of this. But I just wanted to add some things. Some different people were asking questions and making comments. The Metal Theologian, Pieces of Vinyl. Yes, just some different people. Vinyl Richie, Steve Carlson. You know, it was great to get all the comments from you guys and questions and stuff. That got me thinking about my buying habits and just the way I went about purchasing vinyl. First of all, one thing that I forgot to mention in the last video was FOMO, and that was definitely a big part of some purchases that I'm like, do I really need those now? Or did I really need to pick that up? In 2020 and 2021, you know, COVID was happening, and it was like the perfect storm of everything. You know, there were shortages in, you know, cardboard and vinyl, so production wasn't up to where it is now. Now it's like everybody's got all this this vinyl out, and I think people have been talking about actually the demand has kind of gone down, not all the way, not completely, but the demand for vinyls definitely diminished. But in 2020 and 2021, even 2022, it was like you had to be quick on the trigger to purchase stuff a lot of the time. It didn't even necessarily need to be a limited release. It was just you had to kind of be quick to pick something up when it was announced, or you know, when the In Groove does his Thursday, you know, people were just like, he was selling stuff like crazy. Yeah, it definitely, it was the perfect environment for FOMO to take place, you know, with a lot of people. I don't think I'm the only one that had FOMO and FOMO buying, but definitely hit me, you know, and I made all those purchases, and I can't blame anyone but myself, you know. It was me that made the decision. I'm a grown adult, made the decision to purchase those things, but just kind of talking through all this stuff, and hopefully it'll help other people that kind of feel like they've done the same thing or did the same thing, right? I think, yeah, so that was definitely one of them. Even right now, though, watching, I probably shouldn't watch anymore if I'm going to not make purchases, but can't help myself. I watch, you know, the In Groove's Thursday morning, you know, release video that he does. On there, the Smile band did their second release, right? And I was like, oh, I need to get that. You know, right away. And then I'm like, do I really need to get it? Does it matter to pick up something when it's first released? Do you need to get that first pressing of a new title? You know, and that's my thought process before, you know, like I should probably get it. It's like the new one. This is the first pressing of it. I should grab it. I should grab with the color variant of it. And yeah, but do I need that in my collection right now? I went on and I listened to the 2 tracks, and they're great, but it didn't get me excited, like super excited. to own it and to have it and to listen to it, right? I'll probably buy it down the road. I'm a huge Radiohead fan. I'll probably buy it down the road. But right now, it just didn't seem to excite me that much, right? It was just the thinking of, I probably should grab that right now. You know, this is the first release of it. I should get it now, get it in my collection, right? But I need to do away with that thinking. I need to stop that thinking. And then that also applies to audiophile pressings. Kind of along the same lines. It's, you know, do I really need another audiophile version or an audiophile version of a record that I already have? And that's starting to matter to me less and less. I really don't. I don't care that much. I care a little bit. There's still that little bit of, oh, but it'll be the best version of that album. So you need to get it. You should get it now. But yeah, I'm talking myself. I have to talk myself down out of these purchases, and so yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be making a whole lot of like UHQR, one-step purchases, any of those things. I probably won't be making a whole lot of those anymore. The Joni Mitchell Blue album, once again, Mike from the In-Group showed that, and I'm like, it'd be nice to have it, but I already have the box set that has that in it, and it was already mastered by Bernie Grunman, the box set. So do I really need the one-step or the UHQR? I think it was a one-step. I don't. I don't need it. That's just me. Also, this, applies to, this is a good question, I love finding new music. Like Dylan from Noble Records, he talks about hard psych or psychedelic records or prog records or that are rare, right? And they get like a reissue. He's been doing some. I actually talked about them on my year in review video and my vinyl tag, I think, a little bit. But do I need to pick up those records? I like finding new music and being turned on to new music, but what's the line there? What's the line that you draw? And everybody has to draw that line for themselves as far as how often are they going to pick up, how often are they going to explore, right? What's that ratio to getting in albums that you know and love to getting albums that you want to explore? And not that you won't check them out, not that you shouldn't check them out on Spotify and make sure that you like the music, but building a collection that's not necessarily from stuff that you remember from your childhood or stuff that you know and love, but different music, right? Different genres, different bands, that you didn't know before. So I'm going to have to, find that out. Find out where that fits as far as, is it a 1-to-4 ratio where every 4 albums I get, one of them is going to be something different that I don't have, because I don't want my collection to stop growing as far as new music, right? So anyway, that was something else that kind of came up in my mind. Yeah. Also purging. So I need to probably do some purging. I need to go through and really look at all these albums that I have and ask myself, does it bring I forget the lady's name that had put the book out for people to purge items from their house to but anyway, does it bring me joy? Does that album bring me joy? But honestly, does it? Like, does it excite me? Does it make me like happy that it's in my collection? Happy to the point where I wouldn't want to give it up. Also in that, I'm a listener where I get on kicks, where I'll be listening to jazz for a while. And I'll throw other stuff in there too, mix it up, throughout that time. But majority of is jazz, right? Or I'll get on a folk kick and I'll start listening to folk music. And once again, I'll have other stuff in there, but mostly folk. And I'll do that with, wherever I'm at, something it'll just click and I'll just go, oh yeah, I want to go back to that, or I want to explore that more. How does that work into purging? Because you may not be into it now. You may not give it a whole lot of time now. And so it may not be something that may bring you joy in that moment. But 6 months down the road, a year down the road, you may be on this whole kick, and then you are kicking yourself because you got rid of 20 or 30 albums out of your whatever genre collection. So yeah, how does that work? So I'm gonna have to find that out too. Like, what does that look like? One thing that Pieces of Vinyl, when he was asking me some questions, I thought of this, that I should probably be asking myself some like checklist questions before I'm about to purchase something. One, does this seem like a reasonable price? Because some stuff is like, yes, the Analog Productions Atlantic series is great, 2LP, audiophile, all that stuff, but it's $60. They're $60. And, once again, it may not seem like a lot if it's an album that you truly love, right? And so that's why there's other questions. But does it seem like a reasonable price is the first question. Second question is this something that really excites me to listen to and have in my collection? So yeah, if it is $60, if it is $80, if it is $100, is it something that is going to equal that amount of joy to you? Does it compare? To that amount of money that you're putting out, right? The other is, do I have room for this in my collection? If I do, great. If I don't, am I willing to purge or get rid of something else in turn for that thing, for that album, So those are the three questions. I don't know if they'll help you in any of your purchasing, but I think those are the questions I'm going to kind of run through in my head before purchasing anything, right? The other thing that came up is that I have stuff that's unopened that I've had in my collection for 6 months to a year, that I just still haven't opened up and listened to. And I think one big thing is, so this is my thinking, I'm trying to create this like perfect collection, and I think I'm doing it too rapidly. I'm trying to do it too rapidly, and I need to slow down and know that I can pick up those albums later. I don't have to do it all in a 10-year span, right? I'm gonna live longer than 50. I'm gonna be turning 40 this year. I'm gonna live longer than 50, so I don't need to pick them up all right now. I can let this be a process, an enjoyable process, rather than trying to get to the end, right away, trying to get to the destination of having this amazing collection, or what I would consider an amazing collection, right? So I think I hit all my points that I wanted to hit on this. So I mean, hopefully I will be purging stuff soon, and I'm going to try and sell stuff when I go to my vinyl nights on Wednesdays. But I might be doing some auctions on this channel. I might see if I can hit up the Waxed and maybe do another auction with him. That was fun. Yeah. Anyway, that is the end of this addendum video to my last video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later, VC. Bye.